Coach, you remain undefeated at home. What was your favorite part about the way you guys went about this one tonight?
The beginning of the third is a really business-like approach. Come out there, took care of our sloppy offensive play that we had leading into the halftime break. Our defense was really strong all night. We got a couple little run-outs, some momentum plays, but really just made the right play offensively, And I thought for the most part, in the first half, we were really generating a lot of great shots. Then we kind of turned it over a bunch and lost our mind there in the last 6 minutes of the second, but we got regrouped. So I would say that was the key to the game for me.
You faced some adversity early, losing Jaden McDaniels. How do you like about the way your team down the stretch was able to still get it done?
I mean, we have a deep team. We have a lot of guys who can come in and guard. Nikhil was awesome. Really got out there, hounded the ball, competed. And then everyone kind of just stepped up, and Troy gave us really good minutes off the bench too. So that's what you need. You need a deep team for.
And then, do you have any update on Jaden? Were you able to learn anything?
I don't have any update, no. So,
Chris, the third has been pretty good for you guys most of the season. Just what are you kind of noticing the most that is able to happen, whether it's in halftime or just kind of coming out?
I think guys are doing a good job of, kind of course correcting, paying attention to adjustments, paying attention to the things that I think are out there for us to get offensively, doing a good job of kind of picking that stuff up. And just being ready to go from the jump. We've sometimes, we've had teams here, as you know, that the second half started and they just weren't ready to go, and so there's been a big emphasis. Those guys are locked in and ready. It
seemed like Rudy was particularly concentrating in the third quarter of just keeping Mitchell off the glass so much. Did you see a lot of effort from him and determination to kind of try and get that going?
Yeah, Rudy was awesome. Again, just kind of patrolling the paint. Just from a deterrence point of view, they didn't really want to go in there when he was there or commit to the rim. Then he was really putting his body on the line against Robinson. Robinson, I think, had 5 offensive rebounds in the first, only 2 in the second. So all credit to Rudy. Another really strong performance.
Obviously, it comes with a lot of misses and a lot of missed threes on the other end. Did you just like the general way your team seemed to look to push in transition tonight?
Our pace has been better since Phoenix. Last couple games, our pace has been a lot better. Moving the ball up the floor, moving the ball early, moving the ball to the open guys, all been great. Thought we had a chance to break the game open in the second quarter multiple times, but our transition passing kind of let us down. But we cleaned that up a bit.
Do you see Shake as somebody who's even just more comfortable in transition?
I think he's definitely comfortable in an open floor. Yeah, I think can get to his spots, that way, and we want him to be able to be aggressive early. And when he gets into the paint, he's a really good decision maker. He's got that nice touch too.
What kind of energy does it give the building with the fans when you have the kind of dunking display from Rudy there?
Yeah, I mean, our building's been great all year. I'm so really pleased that our fans are enjoying Rudy's play. This year he's been playing at an all defensive team performance. And just doing everything. All the dirty work as well. And I think it's really resonating with the crowd, and I'm really proud of that and pleased for them.
Chris, with Nikhil over these last 2 games, it seems like, the defensive stuff is always there, but it seems like he's adding some small things, maybe offensively, and doing more and more. How have you just kind of seen him progress since he first got into the rotation kind of at the end of last season? Yeah,
I think a lot more patience, just kind of, he's playing hard. He's definitely pushing the pace. He's putting his stamp on things, but he's not forcing stuff. A lot of times he would just go hunting opportunities to make a play out of nothing. And he's also kind of a little bit like Ant. He makes one really good play, wants the next one right away, and sometimes he gets himself in trouble by doing that. But he seems to be kind of playing with a little bit more patience there. So and staying confident in his shot. Got a lot of he started the season, wasn't knocking him down, and now he's really confident in his shot. He's got a lot of really good looks out there.
In the second quarter, New York kind of allowed Randall to play kind of in his point forward role, and they went to a lot of high pick and roll between him and Robinson. What did you think of, I believe you had Cat and Nas on the floor at the time, kind of the ability to switch between going from drop coverage to switch coverage, which is what you guys were doing in the second quarter. What's your thoughts on kind of your rotation of bigs and the luxuries it gives you?
Yeah, it's, those guys are all credit to Nas and Cat. They have really worked hard at being good in coverages, whether they're guarding the ball now, which happens more, or whether they're obviously receiving the ball off of a switch. So, we don't feel exposed there. We have great length, and those guys will sit down and compete and guard, and they play with some physicality too. So I really love the way Nas stood up Randall and his back downs too, played with a lot of power, and Nas was standing him up. It's tough to do for 48 minutes or whatever. So
you had 3 guys with 5 assists and 2 others with 4. Does that happen mostly because people are moving without the ball? And what did you see in terms of the way your sets? It seemed like you had more patience and structure in the third quarter than you did in the first.
Well, I think in the first, they were putting 2 on the ball with Ant and pick and roll, and we were trying to use that as a catalyst to create some offense, and we got a lot of good shots. We just, we made some. We didn't make enough really to kind of push the game open. In the, then in the second, it was ball movement, kind of play off the catch a little bit more. But when you're moving the ball, ideally the assists are going to be shared. I've never really had a system where one guy's going to get 14 assists or 13 assists or something like that. It's just never been how we play. But the downside of that is we end up having a lot of turnovers because we've got a lot of guys trying to make plays. So, but yeah, it's a healthy sign for us. If we get over 25 assists, we're happy with our ball movement. It's kind of one of our metrics. When
you readily shoot the 3, do you think that opens up, even whether you make them or miss them sometimes, does that open up the floor in the half court a little bit more? I think so. We've been doing a better job of just committing to taking more catch and shoot threes. It's between Nas and Ant, they're 2 for 12. But all Nas's looks were great looks. He's got to keep shooting them. And to your point, pregame, he turned down one and got a charge, so it wasn't very wise. So.
Chris, if Jaden is to miss any time, do you anticipate a similar lineup from the first couple of games with Nikhil sliding in the starting role if you need to?
I would imagine, but I haven't really thought about it. But we do have other, depending on matchup wise, you might put Kyle in there too. So, but yeah, we're comfortable with Nikhil as a starter. Gives us a great point of attack defender. And shooting.